I have an idea, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you have audio hijack, I could set you up to.
We're live.
And we are live.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Chat room. Glad to have you here tonight. Hello, Rose.
We don't need that just yet. Well, how is everybody today? So we were just discussing, actually, I want to hit this link and see what it says. If you were here last week, you will remember that there was some weirdness with the music that I was playing, and it has started. Yeah, I don't think that's the same thing. It just, oddly enough, we don't know why, but Discord is simply not passing through correctly any audio that is music. It smells a little bit to me like a DMCA poopy face thing. That would be my technical explanation.
Yes, John, I saw that SLS core stage been raised to the vertical, and that's a big step. Wait, I don't think they've made it up yet with the boosters, but that's probably the next.
What are you talking about?
John mentioned that the SLS core stage has been raised to the vertical. You know, it was shipped to Florida.
It's standing up.
Now it's vertical. Yeah, I
That's
assume it's
exciting stuff right
it's
there.
in the vertical assembly building, the VAB, I think they call it.
Oh, Steve, tell John what we got to see this week.
Yeah, so cool. We got to see the James Webb Space Telescope just a few days before it was packed up. Well, it's starting to get packed up for its trip to French Guiana. But that was a sight to behold. Huge monster. It's hard to believe that's going to fit inside of a fairing on top of Ariane 5 rocket.
Our friend Ron pointed out we can tell people we have seen the most expensive space mission in the history of all time.
I think he said it was approaching 10 billion. Now, this is aside from rockets that are not really missions, but, you know, I guess vehicles to conduct missions. But for missions, this is the most expensive. A little bit late too. So, but with all luck, it should launch in, well, they say October 31st, but our tour guide, who we know, mentioned that the French Guianans do not work on Sundays, and the publicized launch date, no earlier than launch date of October 31st, is not going to work because that's a Sunday. So it'll probably be in November. Fingers crossed if they solve the fairing problem with the Ariane 5.
Steve 3D
how
is
are they
asking you how they're
transporting it by barge, by ship. And they're not being real open about the ship date and path, although I think it has to go through the Panama Canal. But other than that, they're not being real open because I think they're concerned about pirates. Because that's a big, expensive piece of equipment.
Space pirates.
Space pirates. And potatoes.
Exactly.
Anyway, that was a thrill. Unfortunately, we couldn't take photos there, but I did get a photo of that taken by NASA of the configuration it was in, the telescope, as we saw it. So its wings are folded. Well, let me just here find that.
I got it.
Throw it up there, Al.
That is not our photo, but that's what it looked like.
So what you see there is the primary mirror in gold. And vertically, it's its full extent. Horizontally, it's not. The wings have been folded back, which is its launch configuration to fit in the fairing. So it fits vertically. And then on the bottom, you'll see the silver extensions, which go way the heck out there. That's the sun shield that will be fan folded outward on both sides. So the mirror is kind of perpendicular to the sun shield. And
how many layers is that sun shield, Steve?
5 layers. 5 layers.
That's right, 3. It was originally 3.
But one thing, I don't know if you guys can see, but check out that there's a person in the next to the lower right of the primary mirror, just about a few feet away in the white bunny suit. And that gives you the scale of how large that mirror is. And the sun shield is like 65 by 45 feet. But folded up, those things will go vertical and the whole thing will fit inside of a tall, I think a 5 meter fairing, about 15, 16 feet in diameter.
So we got to see it right before. Actually, while we were there, they were bringing in the rig it's going to be mounted to be transported. So we saw it really shortly before it's leaving. We feel pretty lucky. We got to see this, and we got to see the Perseverance rover shortly before it went up in space too. So it's pretty fun. Yeah, Mike, it is massive.
Yeah,
the thing is giant. How tall is it? Do you know?
Well, it looked to me about 2 stories. So we were in a viewing room behind glass because that's a clean room, but the viewing room we were in was 2 stories tall, and we were on both. We viewed it from both locations, and it looked to be close to the height of the second viewing room. Obviously not as tall as the high bay, but the high bay is more than 2 stories, probably 3 or 4. So
the mirror is 21 feet.
21 feet diameter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty close to 2 stories.
Hubble's was 7 feet 10 inches.
Yeah, sounds about crazy. Right. How do they ensure the figure, the mirror being true? I think it's just constructed that way. I don't believe I'm not aware of any provisions for changing the surface once in space like they do on ground-based telescopes. So I'm not sure how that's done other than just rigidity of the material, which is beryllium behind the gold plating.
Gold plating?
Yeah.
Well, this isn't This Week in Space, but that was pretty fun little adventure for us. We should probably get started. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah.
We have plenty of time because I've got an hour and 4-minute chit chat, security bits. That was really fun, really enjoyable security bits with Bart. So it's going to be less content for me. So this won't take too long. No marathon recordings. In fact, I'm saving a recording that I wrote this week. I'm going to save it for next week. So I'm going to mute Steve and get started. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, June 13th, 2021, and this is show number 840. Well, last week I told you about how I was trying to help my friend Diane figure out a way to back up her daughter-in-law's full-resolution photos library when her only Mac's internal drive was too small to hold the originals. The method I described will certainly work, but it's not the cleanest process I've ever worked out and not too easy to do repeatedly. At the end of my conversation about this, my bottom line, I said I really hope that someone would send me a, well, actually, Allison, and describe a far easier method. Well, ask and ye shall receive. Under the Lion Rock, in the comments on the blog post from last week, pointed us to a Macworld article by Glenn Fleischman. Now, Glenn Fleischman didn't have the better idea. A reader of his, named Todd, had sent in a much more elegant and repeatable solution to the exact same problem. The basic idea is create a second user account on this small disk Mac. Connect it to your iCloud account, but instead of having it save your images and videos to the internal drive, point that account's photos library to an external drive. Presuming you buy a big enough external drive, you can then tell it to download full-sized originals to this external photos library. Every time you want to make a backup of your full-sized originals, simply switch accounts, connect the drive, wait for it to synchronize, and you're good to go. Isn't that a brilliant solution? It is far better than all the faffing about that I suggested. So thank you to Under the Lion Rock for telling us about it. Thank you to Macworld reader Todd for thinking it up. Thank you to Macworld author Glenn Fleischman for writing it up, and the entire community for pitching in on this very interesting problem to be solved.
Hey, I think, did you do roll call?
I did not do roll call. Did Alan tell me to do roll call?
He did. It was just about as you were about to record, so I think you may have missed it.
Okay.
How about a late roll call?
Okay, I did a.
And actually, it's good you delayed a bit because Wingman is here.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. Well, we've got Alan and Mike and Kevin and Bruce and Dave and Jason, Frank and Jill and John and Mike and Richard and Rick and Ron Hybe and Sandy and Steve 3D. So that was, wow, it's packed tonight.
Yeah,
It's almost
it
like,
is.
oh, wait a minute. I didn't do the sidebar. Wait, I don't see, oh yeah, Kevin is there. I did get Kevin, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rose in the sidebar, and John in the sidebar as well.
Well,
Very exciting.
John's in the talk, the live
Oh, he
show.
is. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
he
I
got
think
a
you
double mention for
a
some
double
reason.
mention for John.
Your voice sounds sped up when you talk.
Mine?
Yeah. Or are you like, did you take cocaine before we started?
As I do
today?
before every show. It just kind of helps along.
Right.
No, I think it could be a little lag and then catching up, audio catch up.
Yeah, but it's pretty consistent. Very odd.
You sound okay. That's all that counts.
Good. I'm going to do a chapter mark as Kevin
Mike
said
says,
so.
Coked up Steve.
All right, let's see. Copy link. Copy chapter mark.
Gotta check this.
There it is. All right, and I should save again.
Good job, Wingman.
This, which will switch to this, and here we go. All right. Let it go a little long. In this week's installment of Programming by Stealth, Bart Busschots teaches us how to use a free service of GitHub called GitHub Pages. The service literally gives you free web hosting for the web apps we've learned to make in Programming by Stealth. Bart starts by explaining to us the difference between static and dynamic web pages, and then web pages created by static site generators like Jekyll, which generates GitHub pages. It's trivially easy to create a GitHub page from an open GitHub repo. It is literally 3 clicks in the interface, but it's really important to understand what you're doing when you take advantage of this service. We'll learn what you can do and what you can't do, and what you could do if you chose to dig deeper into the woods on how to use Jekyll to generate GitHub pages. I'm really excited to learn about GitHub Pages and how easy it is to host all of the web apps we've created in this series. If you want to learn about this, check out Programming by Stealth in your podcatcher of choice, and you can find Bart's fabulous show notes at pbs.bartificer.net. And I winged that because I didn't do a refresh.
You went off script?
Last bit. I did. Where'd I get the mask on the PBS logo? I don't remember, Alan.
Oh, we got to take that off.
What do you mean we, Kimosabi? Yes, it's in my calendar. I can't
take
it off yet. I get to take it off on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Wow.
Bart is fully vaccinated on Wednesday, and he is going to have his mother and father over for lunch.
For the first time in a year or plus?
A year and a half, yeah. Wow. Yeah, there is not anybody on this planet who was more careful than Bart during the pandemic. So now that he and Wing are both fully vaccinated, they can now do things and have freedom. He's pretty excited. Okay. All right, let's do a chapter mark here. This really is going to be short. Let's see, because this is a tiny tip.
Without the music.
So it's. Oh, I forgot the music.
You'll still hear Forbes, I guess.
That didn't work. What did I do wrong? Start here. I think I was too slow.
Do you need to delete the wrong one?
I don't know.
Oh,
shoot.
You just replaced the previous one.
Yep. Can I undo that? Undo change. Undo.
No, it's fine now. You got the tiny tip in there.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what I need to do now, how do I...
Don't you have to create the field where the marker goes first?
No. It does that. What did I do wrong? The first time I was too slow. There you go. No. Am I doing something stupid? What am I doing, Mike? Why did it do that? Have I actually forgotten how to use this again? I'm going to delete the chapter mark.
Where's your cursor when you start? Does your cursor have to be in a certain field to start the process?
Well, I'm on the chapter. I mean, I'm on the track. I have to be there. I have to be where that is. So I'm going to hit my keystroke, and I'm going to right click and copy link, and I'm going to copy the chapter title.
There
and
you
that
go.
time it worked. I did the same thing, I swear, but I couldn't.
Because you walked through it this time.
Well, no, I did it twice. The first time I could see doing it wrong once, but twice in a row is unlikely, but not impossible. All right. Let me make sure something is. This thing did come through the way I wanted it to.
Remember to put the music in.
Things seem to be moving very slowly. Yes, thank you. I don't want security bits. Everything's reacting very slowly. What did I just read about? No, this one. Sorry, I just want to check something. Dang it. I did forget that. Okay, I'm going to leave this one open for after the show. I need to fix there is no link to the show notes in that article. So I got to fix that later. Okay, I want to be here. And then this is going to be the tiny tip now. This is going to be a quick one. Just a second. But thank you. Okay. It's not like they're going to hear the music.
Well, they'll hear Forbes.
No, they won't.
Yeah, his voice comes through.
This is not an Everything is Fiddly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Muting Steve. There we go. Well, I have to give 100% credit for this tip to John Siracusa on the Accidental Tech podcast. Here's the problem to be solved. How many times have you been navigating your Apple TV interface and you can't tell what's been selected? On the home screen of the Apple TV interface, there's a slightly more pronounced shadow for the selected icon, and if you gently jiggle your finger on the trackpad, the selected icon will jiggle. I don't know about you, but that's annoying to me. Even more annoying is after I get inside some apps, I literally cannot tell what's been selected. We watch a lot of shows on Hulu, and if you get into that episode list, I defy you to explain to me how to tell which episode has been selected. If this drives you bonkers, you'll love this tip from John. We're going to turn on high contrast in the focus style options. It's buried, so here's the path. You want to open up the Settings app, and then select Accessibility. In Accessibility, select High Contrast. In High Contrast, select Focus Style. In Focus Style, select High Contrast. I'm not kidding. Actually, you know what? That's a typo. It's increased contrast, not high contrast. I'm going to start that bit again. Don't let me forget to push that. In high contrast,
hold on.
In accessibility,
but your last image in the blog post says high contrast.
Yeah, but what I had written, the text I had written was accessibility, high contrast, focus style, high contrast. And it should have been accessibility, increased contrast,
I see.
Focus style, high contrast.
Gotcha.
You want to open up Settings. So I got to remember to push that. Here we go. You want to open up the Settings app and select Accessibility. In Accessibility, select Increase Contrast. In Increase Contrast, select Focus Style. Then in Focus Style, select High Contrast. When you're done, hold down the key on your particular remote that takes you back to the home screen, menu on the older remotes, and the backward-facing chevron on the new one, and you'll see a lovely, bright white border on the icon you've selected. Now, every app doesn't obey this in every spot, but it works in a lot of places. For example, when I go into Hulu and for some idiotic reason they designate the user you're choosing by putting a green line above the name, that is not highlighted because then you might be able to figure out which user you'd selected. But when I go into a show in Hulu and I select the episode list, the thumbnail for the currently selected episode is in that nice white border. I'm not sure this last bit is super useful, but if you ignore the home screen for a while, the entire screen will dim except for the one icon you've selected, which will be bright and obvious. Like I said, I'm not sure it's really useful to have to sit and wait for this, but I thought it was interesting that it does it. Anyway, as soon as we finished testing this high contrast focus style, Steve and I both decided we needed to enable this feature on all 5 Apple TVs in the house. As John said on the Accidental Tech podcast, why is this not the default? Okay, and
why is it not the default?
Because
makes no
Apple
sense.
hates us. Okay, in focused, in high contrast, and increased contrast. Accessibility, choose an increase. There we go. Okay, so that was the whole tip.
That's a good tiny tip.
Told you. Yeah, it's small but mighty.
Yeah, small but mighty. That's what qualifies as a tiny tip? They're not all mighty.
Yeah. Mike is making fun of us for having 5 Apple TVs. And we accidentally gave one away. We meant to keep the 6th one.
Oops.
Yeah. We have a lot of TVs. We're kind of TV people.
Yeah. Tesla doesn't have a TV, but I'll tell you who likes our TV in the family room is Ada, our cat. She loves the nature shows. She loves when the birds come on or butterflies and
yeah. What were we watching the other day? Was it Tiny World?
Tiny World, yeah.
That's the show that just does it for me, and she loves everything on that.
She
attacks the birds and butterflies. Well, she's interested.
Like in a crouch mode, but she never does jump or swat at them, thankfully.
All right, I shouldn't have done that. I just brought up Apple Photos so I could show you the picture. Oh, this is how you can tell I've got a lot of time on my hands here. No, I'm not going to make you take pictures of my granddaughter, but she is adorable. Just took a couple of pictures of Ada. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. This is, oh no, I've got to export it. Well, that's got to be boring. Yeah, I really shouldn't have done this. Things are going slow enough on my, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Great.
Did that just slow me down?
Not yet. I don't see any stutter quite yet.
All right. I noticed my preview of myself stopped moving. All right, I should quit this. That was dumb. Oh, man. That was slow. Okay. All right. Well, now that I wasted the time, I might as well bring up the file. Oh, man. No, I better not. I better turn around. I can't even open a Finder window. It knows. Okay. Well, we'll see if we have time at the end. Time for a chapter mark. Should I save or anything?
That'd be a good idea. You know, I think someone may have reminded you.
Somebody should have reminded me. That's for sure. Okay. Let's see. All right. Here. And I go like that. And I go like this. Copy link. That took a little extra time because it lagged. Let's see if it still works. Nope, it just wrote over the old one. Stop it. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know why that's happening. I think there's a delay going on. Okay, selected this. Cursor's here. Okay, right click. Yeah. Nope, this is going to fail. There's a delay. I'm getting a big I/O problems here. Okay, try it again. Hopefully it's aborted the thing by now. Right click. Copy link. Copy text. There we go. It's going to work. It's going to work. Nope. There's a big delay going on my system, so I am just going to select that and copy it and put it in here.
Do you have Wi-Fi turned off?
Yeah, it's part of my script. I can't screw that up.
Okay.
Okay. else have I got running? Anything? Mars Edit, Hindenburg, Discord. I don't need Feeder running right this minute. I've got my webcam settings, Meme Alive. Don't need mail. Don't need Slack. Whoops. Well, just deleted quit text expander because of the delay. All right, here we go. Muting Steve. During Apple's WWDC keynote, they showed off some amazing new text recognition features coming to the Mac and iOS. You're going to be able to select text right out of an image. They even demonstrated pointing an iPhone's camera at a whiteboard and using a finger to drag across the handwritten text and have it actually select it and copy it as text. It was, as I said on Shelley Brisbane's Parallel podcast, the Simone Biles of text recognition. Well, I've got a Mac app tip for you that isn't quite as cool as what's coming in the next OS updates for Apple fans, but you can have it now and you don't need a brand new Mac to use it. Because these other... I swear I thought I had a link in here that pointed out that you needed a new Mac. Yeah, you need a new M1 Mac to take advantage of that, so maybe that'll be close enough. I'll just keep going. The app is called Text Sniper, and it's $9.99 in the Mac App Store, or it's available through SetApp. You can also buy it directly from the developer's website if you only need it on one Mac for $6.99 at TextSniper.app. The main problem that Text Sniper sets out... I'm going to tell you... I can make it even cheaper than that for a limited time. From now till June 21st, the developer has a 21% discount on the app if you buy it at TextSniper.app right now. Well, the main problem that Text Sniper sets out to solve is to allow you to copy text that isn't really text, but actually a graphical representation of text. One of the main places I'm aggravated by non-text text is in the App Store. I'm often reviewing an app, and I want to use the description the developer so carefully crafted, and yet it's not real text, so I can't copy it. Think about this use case. You get a PDF from someone, but it hasn't been OCR'd. It hasn't had optical character recognition applied to it. But with Text Sniper, you can convert it to text. You could simply select it, and it'll become text. I lied. But with Text Sniper, you can still select it as though it was text. Text Sniper is a menu bar app with a very simple interface. Before digging into all of the options, let me explain how easily it works. In the menu bar app, select Capture Text, and your cursor will change to crosshairs just as though you're starting a screenshot. Click and drag across the area with the text you want to capture, and you'll hear a playful beep boop sound, and you'll very briefly see a happy thumbs up on screen that says Copied to Clipboard. Now, if you're cranky pants with no joy in your heart, both the playful beep boop and happy thumbs up can be disabled from Text Sniper's preferences. As soon as you capture the text with Text Sniper, you can paste it into the app of your choice. Now, before we go too much further into what Text Sniper can do, I'm sure most of you are thinking, sure, Allison, that sounds great, but how well does it actually work? Well, in my testing, if the text on screen is typed, it is 100% accurate. However, in testing Text Sniper on handwritten text, it's not very accurate at all. Maybe it would save you a bit of typing, but the variations in handwriting are so vast that it really struggles at that task. So it's designed for typed text that's been converted to a graphic. Now, you might have dismissed Text Sniper immediately because of its inability to accurately interpret handwritten text. You might be thinking, I'll just wait till Mac OS 12 comes out. While it absolutely does look awesome, this new feature does look great, the optical character recognition that's coming from Apple requires a Mac with an Apple Silicon chip to work. Right now, only the M1 Macs will be able to use this feature. So now that I have your interest back, let's dig deeper into what Text Sniper can do. If you're grabbing text that's in a narrow column, the text you snipe will have line breaks to keep it consistent with what you saw. But if you really just want the text so it won't look dumb in another application, in the menu bar dropdown, you can disable Keep Line Breaks. If you're going to be grabbing many snippets of text that you'll need to assemble later, it would be inefficient to grab the text, switch apps, paste, go back to the graphic, grab another section, and switch back. TextSniper solves this problem with an option in the menu dropdown called Additive Clipboard. Simply capture repeatedly, and you get all of the text in one paste to your text application. Sort of like a little tiny clipboard manager in a way. When you're done capturing multiple snippets of text, there's a menu option to clear clipboard history and uncheck additive clipboard. I'm pretty sure that 100% of the time I use the additive keyboard. Okay, can't do it twice. When you're done capturing multiple snippets of text, there's a menu option to clear clipboard history and uncheck additive clipboard. I'm betting that 100% of the time I use the additive clipboard, I'm going to forget to turn that off. It happened once already in my testing. I've demonstrated the built-in ways on macOS and iOS to have your device read to you with text-to-speech in other articles, but TextSniper can do this with graphics containing text. In the menu, enable text-to-speech, and not only will the text be read out loud to you, it will also be captured to the clipboard. Now, if you're a text-to-speech fanatic, then you probably like to listen at insane speeds. In General Preferences for TextSniper, you can change the text-to-speech rate from 50 to 700 words per minute. Now, I can listen to about 400 words per minute, but you know what? You do you. One of the annoying things about text-to-speech in general is that sometimes you get it started and you realize you didn't really want to hear all that much, so having a way to stop it is pretty important. There's an easy menu pick to stop text from speaking in TextSniper. The entire text you grabbed will still be in the clipboard though, so that's kind of nifty. Seeing that TextSniper can do text-to-speech made me wonder how accessible it might be. I'm happy to report that every bit of TextSniper is accessible to VoiceOver on the Mac. I did find a weirdness that it seems to say the names of the preference options twice the first time through, but other than that, it was grand. I'm not entirely sure how, as a VoiceOver user, you would use the screen selection tool, but I'll leave that to more highly trained users. Another slick feature of TextSniper is that it can read barcodes and QR codes. Using the menu dropdown, select Read QR/barcode, and then drag across the code, and you will have copied whatever secret message was buried in the code. I don't run into barcodes I need to read very often, but QR codes come up from time to time. I created a QR code that should take you to podfeet.com, and I tested it with TextSniper, and it immediately captured my URL. I thought that was a pretty cool party trick. Now, as a side tip, did you know that if you point your iPhone's camera at a QR code for a URL, you'll see a pop-up offering to open that URL for you? It's built right into your phone's camera. Well, if you start using TextSniper pretty often, you may want to add a keyboard shortcut to trigger the app. In TextSniper Preferences, there are many options to add keyboard shortcuts. Not only can you record shortcuts to capture text, you can add shortcuts to capture the last selection, capture without line breaks, capture with line breaks, capture QR barcodes, and all the ever important feature, stop speaking. Sorry, my sleep thing just went off. My lock up my screen. I just realized something. I think I said at the end. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Think about this. You can imagine that if you get used to using TextSniper on a regular basis, there's going to be times you want line breaks and times you don't. There'll be times you want additive clipboard and times you won't. There'll be times you want TextSniper to talk to you and times you want it to be silent. Luckily for the power users, there are toggles to enable and disable each of these features after you enable TextSniper, but before you click and drag across the text. For example, if text-to-speech is enabled by default, but you're in a library and you want to be very, very quiet, you can hold down Command S after your trigger's TextSniper, and you'll see the off text-to-speech in a very brief pop-up window. Note that this is different than stopping speaking. It means don't start speaking in the first place. You can enable and disable and re-enable line breaks, additive clipboard, and text-to-speech right before you start the text capture. While I was testing the toggle shortcuts I just described, I accidentally hit the space bar after I triggered Text Sniper, and the window over which my cursor was hovering turned blue, just like it does when you're doing a screen capture. It turns out you can capture an entire Windows text with Text Sniper this way. I had no idea it could do this, so it was a delightful surprise. And it might actually be a good way for voiceover users to be able to trigger the capturing of Text Sniper and have it read back to them. Now, the privacy conscious amongst you might be concerned about what the developer might be doing with all of this text you're capturing. Put those worries aside. Text Sniper uses on-device optical character recognition to do its magic. I didn't just take developer Valeris Bogutskis' word for us. Dang it. I said his name perfectly, Steve, and I stumbled on the words after it. I've been practicing this guy's name for so long.
Yeah, you did pretty good, at least with his name.
Valeris Bogutskis. And then I stumbled. That just makes me crazy that I did. Okay, let me go back and catch that again. I didn't just take Valeris Bogutskis. Where is it? I didn't just take developer Valeris Bogutskis' word for it. I unplugged Ethernet from my dock and I turned off Wi-Fi on my MacBook Pro and I tested it myself and it continued to work perfectly. So if you really care about privacy, you're going to like this app. If the text you often need to capture has domain-specific jargon such as medical or technical terms, in preferences you can add the words you think Text Sniper will need to recognize to a custom words dictionary. Text Sniper has tech... Why am I stumbling on the easy stuff? I said Valeris Bogutskis perfectly, and I can't say everything else. Maybe I need some water. Text Sniper text recognition is available in English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Portuguese, and Chinese, both simplified and traditional. By the way, I've gotten so used to using Text Sniper to capture text for me that I tried to use it to capture that list of languages from Text Sniper's preferences. But the one place it doesn't work is within its own preferences. It felt so archaic to have to type that out by hand and not just be able to capture it. Well, the final thing to know about Text Sniper is that you can remove it from the menu bar altogether. This doesn't make it run as a traditional app or show in your dock for easy access. It simply makes it invisible that it's running in the background. If you're a keyboard shortcut wizard, this might work quite well for you, but I think I'll be keeping it in my menu bar for the duration. Now, when I first considered telling you about Text Sniper, I figured it would take about 30 seconds to describe it because I had no idea how in-depth this application was. I know that $10 sounds like a lot for a small utility app, but remember, it's only $7, and there's a 21% discount off that $7 if you buy it directly from the developer. But if that is too pricey and is too steep for your wallet, I got to tell you, I've used it about 20 times in the last week since I installed it, so I really do like it. And I did go out and buy it directly from the developer, even though I had it in SetApp. It's actually one of the things I like about using SetApp is it allows me to test apps in their full functionality, and then if I really think I'm going to want to keep it for the long term, I go ahead and buy it directly from the developer. So I was able to test it without additional cost because I have a subscription, and now I know that I love Text Sniper, and I'll continue to keep using it. Screen capture the preferences display. Oh, there you go. Ron Hybe says, screen capture the preferences, display the screen capture image, snipe the text on the image. I'm going to put that in here.
One of your graphic inserts, you doing
Can you
something?
hang on just a second? Yeah, hang
Sure.
on. Okay, this is funny. As soon as I was done talking about this article, Ron Hybe in the Discord chat wrote a great idea. He said I could have screen captured the preferences, displayed the screen capture image, say in preview, and then I could have sniped the text on the image, so I didn't have to write it by hand. Okay, now what do you not like? Oh, it is slid over. Yeah. Yeah, let me fix preferences shortcut. Preference shortcut preferences. That doesn't make any sense, does it? That title doesn't even make sense. Yeah, so I have to preference shortcuts. Why is it not finding that? Shoot, where is that? Okay, how about you can imagine? Oh, did I just, nope, I don't want that. You can imagine. Let me search for that. Why is it not? It's not finding any of the text. Well, all right, I'm going to have to do this by hand. Why is that's very strange. Is it, which one is it? It's the second to the last one? Yeah. Okay, it's because I've splatted the title in the wrong spot. Okay, so now, why is it called preference shortcut preferences?
Don't ask me. Seems a little
How about
bit
just
redundant.
Shortcut preferences? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to say Tech Sniper preferences shortcut. Tech Sniper, and I have to type the name out like an animal because I accidentally quit Text Expander. Let me just turn that back on while I'm at it. Okay. Alrighty, so now it is time.
Probably for a save and a...
Yeah.
At least a save.
Yeah. Why is this getting... There we go. Okay. So actually, I'm not going to do a chapter mark because it's time for spam. All right. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. What did I just do? Oh, no, there we go. And now I don't have to save. I had posted in the show notes, I had how to pronounce his name. He sent me a SoundCloud thing on how to pronounce it when I asked him, which was fun. Okay, here, let's do a quick spam. During the recent EV Owners Roundtable hosted by Tom Merritt and Sarah Lane on the Daily Tech News Show, I had the pleasure of meeting Bodhi Grimm, who does the Kilowatt podcast. This is a great show for people who want to learn about EVs and keep up with the news coming from all of the different manufacturers. We've got a little something coming up soon, a surprise that I don't want to spoil just yet, so I'm just going to give you a little tease about that. But not only have Bodhi and I become good friends, Bodhi is our newest patron of the Podfeet podcast. Bodhi went to podfeet.com/Patreon and he pledged to support all of the work we do here in a financial way. I really appreciate his support, and even more, I appreciate this new friendship.
Yeah, Bodhi's a cool guy. I like him.
Yeah, you can tell the audience, the live show, what the secret is, if you want.
Yeah, it was basically a discussion of Allison and my dislikes of Teslas.
On what, Steve? You didn't tell him on what? Give him context.
On Bodhi's show?
Yeah, you didn't tell him that. I didn't tell him anything. I just said there was a surprise. Steve and I are both guests on Bodhi's podcast, and he hasn't published it yet. But he told me I could publish it as a chit chat, and I don't know whether I want to or not. I can't decide. It seems like it's snaking his content. He says he's fine with it, but doesn't it seem like I should help drive people to his show?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably... Plus, he's technically the host interviewing or asking us questions.
Well, you won't know that, though, because...
That's right.
Because Bodhi hasn't done a lot of interviews of other people. He has people on his show, but he hasn't done a lot of interviews. And he says, oh, I'm just really bad at introducing people. And I said, okay, well, you want me to do it? And he goes, sure. So it starts out with, hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast. And I have here Bodhi Grimm, the host of this show. It's really funny. Oh, did you notice Alan changed his name in the chat room?
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. He
changed it to Valeras Bogutskis.
All right,
That's
time
pretty
for a chapter mark now.
Yes, it is. So let's see.
Wow, you already got the whole thing in there.
Yeah, I was
You've been
chatting
doing
for a
some
bit
work.
there. Come on. This lag is what's breaking it. It's taking so long, I think the thing might be timing out. Did I get it this time? Nope. That's all right. I'll do it by hand.
Oh, like an animal.
I just heard another boop. That's
Maybe
weird.
it's a delayed boop.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have. All right. I don't want to blame Mike or he'll stop making me things. Ooh, you saw a Mustang? Oh, the Mach-E? Is that what you saw, John? Let's see. And then I'm going to pull Bart up to here. We'll put him about there. You want to hear the blink?
Blink.
Yay!
You guys are so easily entertained.
Well, at least Steve is.
Okay, move that just about there. Okay, let's see how this sounds. And even more, I appreciate this new friendship.
For those on Discord, a little intro music is playing right now.
That's right. We can talk over it, right?
And now it ends.
Well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for... Okay, I didn't get to hear the transition because you yapped over it. No talking, Steve.
No talking. Shh. Very quiet.
Well, it's that time of the week again. Nailed it.
That's perfect.
All right. And let's go to the other end of the track. And let's see, where did Bart stop recording?
To me, it's been fun actually, but I've just
Fun.
Yes, excellent. Well, anyway, until next time, remember, folks, stay patched so you stay secure.
Oh, Jason, can you please save that GIF? Tell me how to find that GIF so I can use it all the time. No more talking. That was perfect.
Stay patched so you stay secure.
Okay. And no, it didn't say it twice. All right, so an hour and 20 minutes, and I only talked for like, 5, 8, 9 minutes of it.
Wow.
No, 17 minutes. Why does that add? Oh, yeah, 17. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. I'm going to record the outro. No more talking. All right. Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Don't forget to send in your dumb questions. Everything is fiddly recordings, comments, and suggestions by emailing me at allison@podfeed.com. And you can follow me on Twitter @podfeed. Remember, everything good starts with podfeed.com. You want to become a patron like Bodie Grimm did this week? Go to podfeed.com/Patreon. Want to do a one-time donation? Those help a lot. Go to podfeed.com/PayPal. And if you want to join in the conversation and chat with other NosillaCastaways about everything tech, you can go to podfeed.com/Slack or podfeed.com/Facebook. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeed.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed.
That's all of you folks. Friendly and enthusiastic.
Right. This was a lot of enthusiastic and friendly.
Yeah.
This was hopping tonight.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Good.
Well, they can't leave yet. They still have to see a picture of my cat watching TV.
You're going to dig that one up?
Yeah.
Are you going to put it in the Discord or are you going to put it on your screen?
I'm going to put it in the Discord. It's probably too big. All right, there we go. Friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaway. That's too loud. Whoops.
That's pretty good.
Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. Oh, hi, Ian Lessing. Yeah, it's something I didn't want to read out loud. I'm going to type it in. Wait, no, hang on, typo, hang on. That's it. There we go. That is his URL. I don't know why he has that URL, but I'm not going to say it out loud. All right. Well, I am done 10 minutes early.
Good job.
If we don't, do we need any more cat pictures or anything? What are you looking for? Yeah, his show is really good because it's about, it's not about, his headline says it's about Tesla, but it's not. It's actually about all kinds of EVs.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about it.
And surrounding technology. For instance, he'll talk about solar occasionally, and going out on the road with vehicles that are not ICE internal combustion, but battery powered.
He does a lot of news about what's going on with. I did not honestly understand how many companies really had viable options for EVs these days. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Talks a lot about some battery technologies coming out, the advancements. But it is definitely, the EV is the focus, but not exclusive.
Yeah.
Very good.
I like it. I don't know when our show's coming out though, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, haven't seen Tesla? Well, we can fix that.
Where is she? Have you got her?
Tesla. Someone wants to see you. There. Say hi. Wave your little paw.
Oh, okay.
She's not
Bruce
gonna do
says he
that.
didn't. Bruce says he didn't subscribe for a long time because the ad description says Tesla and he doesn't care about Teslas. Yeah, he really should change that.
I mean, there is
Did you
obviously talk of Tesla, but it's not all Tesla.
Okay, Sandy's happy. Well, we talk about Tesla here, right?
All the time.
All right. Well, I think I want to call it.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Enjoyed having all of you. Oh, chapter mark count. That's why Kevin, I was wondering, why does Kevin keep telling me to do chapters? Chapter mark count 4. There are 4 lights.
Let me check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I count 4 as well.
All right. But we really should give him voice privileges when he's when it's gone on that long. Yeah, he kept telling me. I'm like, why does he keep telling me to do chapters? I'm done. Sigh of relief. All right, good. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later.